If you want a luxury sports sedan, but live in an area that gets 4 distinct seasons, the brand new Acura TLX may be the right car for you.
But is it really the best choice? After all, the Infiniti Q50 also offers all-wheel drive and a V6. So we're putting them head to head to find out which is the best choice for you. It's pretty obvious that the Q50 leans a little more towards the sport side of the luxury sports sedan segment, whereas the TLX is more luxury oriented, and that becomes abundantly clear when you look at the powertrains. The V6 in this car is powerful and smooth, and best of all, it's hooked up to a 7-speed automatic that delivers quick, well-timed shifts. Even the all-wheel drive system lends itself to that sporty feel, because here in the Q50 we have a rear bias setup that makes it feel more like a traditional sports car. Now on the downside, when you are in the snow and you do punch the throttle, the back end has a tendency to come out just a little bit before the car reroutes power and sends you on your way. The TLX in comparison is quite boring, but that's not such a bad thing. It also has a smooth feeling V6 engine, and the TLX packs Acura's super handling all-wheel drive setup. Unlike the Q50, the TLX is actually front-wheel drive biased, which means that if you hammer the throttle in the snow, the car is just going to hook up and take off. Overall, the TLX just feels more confident than the Q50 does when you get in the slick stuff. If we do have a complaint with the TLX, it has to do with that 9-speed automatic. It's not quite as dialed in as it probably should be, it can sometimes hunt for gears, and some of the shifts can be a little clunky.
Sure, the 9-speed automatic in the TLX is a little unrefined, but there's no denying its key strength, and that's fuel economy. In our testing, we found it to get 25 miles per gallon combined. That's pretty good, especially when compared to the Infiniti's 21 miles per gallon. Further enhancing the appeal of the TLX is its interior. I really like the wood grain interior accents and the soft plastic dash. Both give the TLX a grown-up feel in comparison to the Infiniti Q50. One interesting thing to note is how both automakers approach the infotainment system. Both cars use 2 screens, and I find the Infiniti system to be a little confusing, especially in terms of how it's controlled. Both of them are touchscreens, but there's also a little knob in the center console that you can use to control only one of those screens. Overall, we find the Acura TLX's system to be far more user-friendly. Now when it comes to rear seat accommodations, the Infiniti features just a little bit more head and leg room than the TLX. But when it comes to the trunk space, the TLX features more room and a more practical setup of that space.
So when it comes to handling and comfort, once again, these two cars take very different approaches. Here in this Q50, we don't have Infiniti's steer-by-wire system, and that's actually a good thing, because this steering rack is direct, responsive, and it makes this car a ton of fun. A stiff suspension setup in the Q50 also lends itself to that fun sports car feeling, but there is a downside to all that fun, and that is comfort. The Q50 just doesn't eat up the bumps that well, and it can be very stiff over uneven pavement. Anyone interested in spending this kind of money on a luxury sedan is gonna want a comfortable ride, and that's exactly what the TLX delivers. But the Acura is not just about comfort, it actually delivers the best of both worlds. It eats up the bumps, but the chassis is also nimble and responsive, which is exactly what you want in this segment. Admittedly, the steering in the TLX is a little bit numb, but that adds to the sort of grown-up luxury feeling that you get from that car that the Infiniti just doesn't have.
While an engaging engine and fun-to-drive dynamics really help make a sports sedan shine, you also want some really good features for the price, and in that case, the TLX really delivers. This car features a whole suite of safety features and driver assistance technology, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot assist, and parking sensors. Now all of that adds up to make a car that's really comfortable on the highway and makes the TLX perfect for road trips. Now this fully featured Acura TLX comes in at just around $45,000. And sure, the Infiniti can get all of those same driver features, but the price skyrockets to nearly $50,000.
The Infiniti Q50 is youthful, exciting, and fun to drive, but it makes some compromises along the way that take away from the car as a whole.
On the other hand, the Acura TLX is more grown up. It's comfortable, practical, delivers great fuel economy, and features confident handling in any weather situation. If you're looking for an all-around sports sedan, the Acura TLX is the choice for you.